everyone, Andre here, and welcome to GameXplain's 2023 Special Category Awards. We're joined by pretty much the entire team, including Adam, Jake, Joey, Tom, Tris, and myself. And the way this is going to work is we're each bringing our own special award categories to pay tribute to whoever games we think are worthy of that category. So these are by and large going to be very personal picks. However, if anyone disagrees, they can object to it and submit their own nominee for that category, at which point we all have to vote and decide on who is actually winning that special category. So let's just kick things off right at the bat. Adam, give us your first special award nominee.
Well, I think we all like to smile. And my first category is the most smile-inducing game. And that goes to SpongeBob SquarePants The Cosmic Shake. And there's not much to talk about other than the fact that this is SpongeBob. It's well written. It's a full episode plot in a game. It's a very competent 3D platformer, but, and my favorite thing about it, is that a lot of the references were to the SpongeBob of old. You know, the first 3, 4, 5 seasons when SpongeBob was at his best. And I was afraid going into it, you know, there'd be a lot of references to the modern stuff, which there wasn't. But in this, you know, you have the Krusty Krab pizza, you have chocolate, you have all of these amazing references. And as you can see, every single person on this call is smiling because I'm talking about those SpongeBob references. And I think that's all I need to say.
And if you weren't smiling, I was smiling when you said that because I'm like, oh crap, you called me out.
On that though, I object. Because I'm old and I missed out on SpongeBob.
Okay, fair enough.
So for me, this is a game you also played, Adam. The game that was most smile-inducing for me was Alien Hominid Invasion, where it's like a wonderful cartoon come to life in 2D, and just how goofy it is with the FBI agents running around screaming in terror from you, or things like having the memorial for Jim, who you shoot and die, and then it's a roguelike, so you go back again and you see that, like, in memory of him. Just how fun and to life, and just Dan Paladin's art just doing a wonderful job bringing joy to me. That was the game I smiled the most this year.
Wow. Okay.
Smiling for very different reasons with these two games.
So on one hand, we got the Sponge Boy Square Bob, and you know for reasons that are inherent to the property, and then on the other, a video game doing video gamey things that are kind of unique in the space, bringing something back. It's funny, both of these kind of going for nostalgia in their own way, kind of. You know, it's just kind of So I think now we gotta put it to a vote. So obviously Adam and Tom, they'll be voting for their own. So it's up to me, Andre, Tris, and Joey to vote for either SpongeBob or Alien Hominid. Okay, which one do we want to do first?
We'll go in order, I'd say. Yeah.
SpongeBob? Okay.
Go best first.
Okay, votes for SpongeBob. Raise your hands now! Okay. SpongeBob takes the award.
I just love chocolate.
Yeah.
I love the chocolate.
Excellent.
All right. On to the next special category award. This one will be mine in this case. And I had to find some way to pay tribute to this. And the category I landed on was Best Side Mode or Mission. So Best Side Mode or Mission in a game, basically a way of highlighting a secondary part of a game that is largely optional. In this case, I am going with Pikmin 4's Olimar's Shipwreck Tale. I adored this mode. It is actually the Pikmin 4 I wanted the actual game to be. As a longtime Pikmin fan, it took me back to what made me fall in love with the series in the first place. Add in that time pressure, that crunch, minimal story, which is great, and I was just focused on the pure gameplay of surviving within this time limit. I loved it. It kept me stressed. It kept me strategizing on, to the degree that I needed to make sure I didn't die or perish without, an oxygen supply or whatever the reason was in that case. So, yeah, Pikmin 4 Olimar's Shipwreck Tale is my personal best side mode / mission.
Wow, what a great submission for this award.
Objection!
Oh no.
Had a feeling.
Jake with the chair.
I've got a best side mission that I would like to submit for this award. And for me, I'm going to be handing it off to finding the lost grandpa in the park in Spider-Man
I knew it.
2. That's right. Now listen. Over here, Andre's over here saying my best side mode is something that you could play 12 years ago. And let me tell you about this side mission in Spider-Man 2. Okay, this is a AAA, big budget action game, no bigger consumer product than Spider-Man. And yet, he takes the time to talk to the little people. There's a woman, she's looking for her grandpa. He's lost somewhere in the park. You go through this whole topsy-turvy little ride trying to track him down, and then you finally do. And what happens? He goes, it's pretty funny. You see him and he goes, "Spider-Man, whatever you think I did, I didn't do." And then you end up sitting down on this park bench with him, looking out over the lake, and he just tells you about his life. He's starting to lose his grip on reality a little bit. He's getting a little bit old. He knows he's slipping. He talks about proposing to his wife, how they went to the zoo, how they fell in love, how his knees were shaking the whole time he was with her. He says, "You ever been in love, Spider-Man? You ever been in love? It's just beautiful. There's nothing more beautiful. Can I tell you something, Spider-Man? I know I'm fading." And then he says, "It's like I blinked and she's gone." This little side mission forces you to sit down and just hang out with this old guy on this bench and listen to his life story because there's value in it. And the fact that like this Spider-Man game is upholding the value of just like random people in this city meant so much to me. Favorite side mission of 2023.
I thought you were going to talk about the one with the homeless guy for a second.
I could pick any of them,
Yeah,
Joey.
that was
I could
awesome.
pick any side mission in that video game, but this is the one that spoke to me the most. The actual like words in the script I thought were well done, and like the performance was good. So it really spoke to me.
No, Jake, that's like completely fresh in my mind because from
Yeah.
recording, I literally just did that mission like 2 nights
Oh,
ago.
there you go.
Like that's
Oh,
really
wow.
fresh in my mind.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that is not fair to my nominee. Then.
Well,
I'm gonna say-
I had tears in my eyes just listening to that because I remember I had tears in my eyes when I saw the quest first time as well. So
Yeah.
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 All
It's
right,
really
well,
powerful.
we better vote on this. All right. Anyone? I'm skipping my vote. We're just going to Spider-Man. Raise your hand
Yeah.
for Spider-Man if you think I wins. All right, there we go.
I will say though that Pikmin side mission was really cool because it was
It
kind
was.
of like a even though it was very different from the first game, it was like kind of a recap at the same time what happened.
Me too.
Yeah.
I was dunking on it, but excellent post-game content. That's exactly
Yeah,
what
it
you
is.
want when you beat a game. You know what I mean? Like a
Yeah.
little tougher, a little more. Yeah, it was really good. Really good.
Yeah,
that's
it was
exactly what I
much
want
beefier
for the
than I
main game.
expected.
Yeah. Right.
All right. Moving on. Jake, what is your special category?
Yes,
Special award.
I
award.
would like to present the award for best non-video game video game thing. Packed year for this. All right, a lot of stuff going around on the channel. Talked about some books this year. We got Jordan Miner's Video Game of the Year back there, but that's not who I'm presenting it to. I will be presenting it to the New York Times Games subscription service. Okay, that's right. Hold on to your
Okay.
seats, everybody. This includes things like Wordle, Letterboxd, and new for 2023, some would say the Dark Souls of word games, Connections. I'm gonna show it on your screen, so don't worry, viewer. But Connections is when you get 4 rows of 4 words. One woman writes these every single day. It's a new grid, and all you need to do is connect the words that have something in common together. It could be like silver fox, silver screen, silver lining. Like, oh, these are all like lining, fox, screen, all words that start with silver, and you just have to figure that out, match these words up together. The New York Times Games subscription service is one of the few subscription services in 2023 I felt good paying for. And I think so much of like my enjoying of games and anything is about context. And this is it. This is my pitch. Nothing was as consistently delightful for me this whole year than every morning getting my coffee, my bagel with my fiance, sitting down, opening our phone, and playing Connections and Wordle together. Just like it became part of our ritual and meant so much to me. Nod of the cap. Best non-video game thing of 2023.
That's cute. But objection! Because first of all, Wordle? What year? This is 2023, Jake,
Yeah,
not
come on,
2013,
come on.
wherever the hell Wordle came out. What the heck is this? I am nominating for best non-video game thing, the Super Mario Brothers movie. This, I actually almost could nominate this for the most smiling, the game that most smiling decent
right.
category as
Yeah,
well, but
kind
not
of, yeah.
a video game, so I didn't. But I have not smiled more this year than watching that 90 minutes of just pure joy and bliss. That to me is like the Mario movie I always wanted from, as a kid, which I didn't get with the live action movie. Finally realized it only 30 years late, but they finally did it. Pretty much pitch perfect. It's hard to, in terms of how I envision a Mario movie specifically to be, it's hard to imagine it being executed much better than they did. And I saw that movie so many times, and every time I had that smile on my face. And I'm not even just saying that. Like, I purposefully tried to stop smiling, and I just couldn't resist it. It just came back. So that for me is my pick for the category. Very different pick from Jake's.
Yeah, I respect
Andre?
Very different.
Tristan, you go first.
I was gonna say very, very different. It makes me wonder if we had a miscommunication on what it's supposed to be. But
I think they both
really,
fit.
no,
not a video game.
no,
Yeah.
no, absolutely, both fit. I'm just saying they're so drastically different. It's just funny. But okay, so we have New York Times subscription, gaming subscription. We have the Mario movie.
Yeah.
But I raise objection because I raise something completely different from both of those. Something you can do in real life for the first time ever. Yeah, Mario movie. Well, we had a Mario movie 30 years ago also. Okay,
Yeah,
but 30 years. What we've not had in like 40 years of Mario is a theme park. And finally, over here on the North American side, we had Super Nintendo World Hollywood open this year. And having gone this past summer with my husband and my two best friends, absolutely took us back to our childhood. Like, there was something so special about getting to walk in through the giant warp pipe and experience this world that we've always wanted to see as a theme park ever since we were like as young as some of the kids that were running around like excitedly ready to greet Mario or punch the blocks. It was a fantastic experience, and there's a certain magic to it that I think I never even realized how much I wanted until I actually walked through that pipe.
Yeah.
That's cool, Chris.
Miyamoto's vision come to life, but I object.
I'm not even gonna go. Like,
that
you know
theme
what?
park, that theme park is missing a ride that does it in Japan. Andre, Mario movie already has $1 billion. It doesn't need an award. Jake, there's now Puzzmo by Zach Gage in competition for Wordle. So, my nomination for thing I love the most this year was a year of watching different video game documentaries for me, and the one that was the most exciting that took 7 years to make was Psych Odyssey, about the creation of Psychonauts 2, following it through getting financing, losing that financing because of a scam, going through the pandemic, having the cameraman become a game developer on their game, getting financing again with Microsoft, going through all those peaks and valleys. It was it's like 24 episodes, like it's a whole series. It was a wonderful look into what is Double Fine. I hope they do another one, but it's questionable now with Microsoft now owning them. That was my favorite non-video game thing in 2023.
Wow. All right, Tom's passion almost won me over.
No, I know. I'm feeling the same thing right now.
Jake's gonna
Stats
vote against
category.
himself.
This is wild.
Do we have any other objections on this category?
I
Or would you-
object, I guess. So many different nominations here. It's crazy, but I gotta give mine to The Last of Us, the TV show.
Cool.
Like, this was a series that I've wanted to see, like, for, like, now it's been, 10 years since the game came out, and I wanted my my non-gaming family and friends to experience this story, and I feel like this show did that perfectly, and it gave me things I didn't know I wanted from the game as well, such as the backstory of how the apocalypse started, and, like, more backstory into how Ellie got her immunity, and just all of episode 3 was just fantastic. It was really good, and I just have to give it that award for myself at least.
Adam, do you have one or? No?
Well, it seems here I'm the deciding vote.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
I would like to surrender my award.
Jake, you weren't winning anyway. Don't
I'm
worry.
gonna surrender it, so I will be voting as well.
Okay.
Adam,
I didn't know this was allowed. This is your category,
I know,
Jake.
I'm surrendering.
Very gracious of
I'm gonna pledge my sword to another award. But Adam, who are you giving your vote to?
Well, Mario World, Super Nintendo World, whatever it's called, looks fantastic, but it would cost me like, €1,500 to get over there.
Sure,
So
sure.
that's not happening. Mario movie, amazing.
And that's what
Psychonauts
Tears
2.
of the Kingdom was at.
Psychonauts 2 is an amazing game. Or that I haven't watched the documentary. Jake, you never had any hope of winning that category. Unfortunately, I'm sorry. So I have to give it to The Last of Us.
Wow. Okay, I gotta tell you, I'm pledging my sword to the Mario movie.
wow.
So now I need between
What a twist.
Tom and I need Tom and Trish to vote.
Okay.
Tom, who are you voting for? between the Mario movie and the Last of Us show.
I'm going
This is causing
for the
topics
Mario
today.
movie because it redeemed itself after the original, after so many days.
Tris, can I get a vote?
I am also gonna go to the Mario movie.
Excelsior!
It gave me the same kind of magic that
Alright.
the theme park kind of did too. So yeah.
I guess Adam and I are the only ones who like good writing. So
Yes.
We're a bunch of babies over here.
That's
right?
fair. That's
Who
fair.
actually like a plot, you know?
yeah, exactly.
All right, there's more to movies than just plot. Moving on, Joey, your special award category for 2023 is
Biggest surprise. There was quite a few surprises this year. In the names, in the vein of shadow drops, in the vein of like games we didn't think were going to be like that good but turned out to be amazing. Mine is a bit of both. There's this little game that came out at the end of the year called Sonic Dream Team, and I was not for one. Came out like a month after its announcement. We didn't know this game was going to be a thing, and it's coming to Apple Arcade. This game's probably going to be lame, right? It's the most fun I've had with 3D Sonic in a long time. Like, it brings back some elements of the Adventure series that I loved so much, such as open-ended level design. And even then, like, going fast in that game is still really fun, too. Like, when you get a flow going, it's just so satisfying to, like, pull off roller coaster-type moves and such. It wasn't perfect at the same time. It was still held back by some limitations of being a mobile game. Could have been more levels, stuff like that. But at the end of the day, I couldn't just shake the fact that I had fun with this 3D Sonic game that's only on Apple Arcade. That's insane to me. So in that sense, it was like my biggest surprise of the year, at least.
Absolutely understandable.
Yeah.
However, I object not because it's Sonic, because I also have a Sonic game. April Fools this year, they decided, what are we gonna do? We're gonna kill Sonic.
Oh, yes.
The murder of Sonic the Hedgehog was one of the biggest gaming surprises to me this year, and it was genuinely a really fun little visual novel experience that actually had a lot of really good characterization for like the core Sonic cast. Something that we haven't had for many of them in a very, very long time.
Yep.
Had a newfound appreciation for so many of these characters, and this was like a really like small project otherwise that like the marketing team and others got in on. Like the behind the scenes of this game was also really fascinating, and everything that came about it it was surprising, it was free, and it was just really fun.
I forgot that came out this year. I could have sworn that was like last year or something.
Sub award to the Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog for best title of the year. Sub
Yeah.
sub award.
I take it that instant social media traction.
Yeah.
I streamed most of that game, and Sonic the Hedgehog, the official account, even popped into our YouTube stream for a little bit.
Oh,
It was
nice.
really fun. So, all right.
Adam, did you have one?
I do. Now, it's never going to win. It's
Wait,
never
Hold
going
on,
to win.
Adam.
say it.
You forgot. You gotta
Oh.
say the thing.
Objection.
Yeah.
There we go. I lifted my pen up instead. The biggest gaming surprise this year is the finals. It came out last week.
Yeah.
It's a multiplayer shooter that has 100% completely destructible environments, and it's just absolute chaos, and it's so much fun. I don't think it's going to win, considering the people that are on this panel. I highly doubt. Maybe Jake and potentially Joey have played it. Maybe.
I played one round of it,
Yes.
and
I
it did not
have
click
been-
with me.
Yeah, I have
Sorry
been
to say.
hooked. I put like 15 hours in this game over the weekend.
So good.
And it's like you're running around, there's a heavy, light, medium character, and when you're defending the point that the cash drop, you know, you think you're safe in a room, you and your buds are all camped up in the corner, I have this door, I have this ceiling. It's like, no, they can just blow a hole in the ceiling, they can level the whole building, and then the actual objective can just fall, and then it's in a completely different spot, and it's just so much fun. I don't think it's gonna win, but I just had to put it out
It
there.
reminds me of the Kool-Aid Man. You're just sitting there getting the objective, and then, oh
exactly.
yeah!
So what game was this, Adam? I missed the
The
title.
finals.
Yeah, it was in the Game
I never
Awards.
heard of
It's on
this.
the-
Oh, was it? Okay. maybe I
Yeah,
haven't heard of it.
it was a shadow drop, it's free to play. Everybody play it, please.
But on that note, speaking of shadow drops, I object because earlier in the year, like we're so used to games kind of being rumored, and then like we kind of know about them, and then like, oh, here it is, it's out, like Metroid Prime remastered, which cost Jeff Grubb his hair, unfortunately. But I will say the biggest surprise for me this year was Hi-Fi Rush, out of nowhere. Developer that does totally different scary games normally, and it was out right away that day. That was a huge surprise when it comes to announcements. Well executed by Microsoft.
Okay, so I guess it comes down to me and Andre. Andre, what are you thinking with this? I'm torn.
It's a tough one. It's
Yeah.
really a tough one because I think where my vote may go isn't necessarily the best product, but I think it is the biggest surprise. And I think, and unfortunately, I'm not as familiar with the game Adam suggested, so my vote, could change if I knew more. You made a compelling case, though, Adam. Right now, I gotta go with the murder of Sonic the Hedgehog. That was a complete surprise. Did not see that coming. Was Sega even leaning into this whole meme thing with Sonic? It was just hilarious. And the fact it was actually a pretty well executed game for what it was is, the cherry on top. So that's where my vote is.
I'm going the same way, and I gotta give it to it just because I think you see it and you don't immediately understand it is a real full video game.
Yeah.
It is like, and I gotta tell you, that image of him like crumpled on the ground, the one, that's like burned in my brain. So they did something right. Like that, yeah, that was impressive. So best surprise, Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog. Gotta do it.
All right, moving on. Tom, what is your special award category?
Okay, my special category goes to Best Brain Cramper, as in like a best tough puzzle. And I'm giving it to Cocoon, because in Cocoon, you are carrying these spheres that are worlds, and you place them down, and then you can kind of teleport and shrink down to that world. Yeah. But the thing is, you can also hold the world and go into that world, and the placement of these is dependent on puzzles to move forward in the game. And like trying to visualize this, it's like a totally different type of puzzle I hadn't seen before. And you start moving around like 3 or more of these worlds at once, and like you're shooting things into them to activate a platform in the other world. It almost breaks my brain, but they keep it manageable in such a way where they limit the areas so it is possible. And I think they're a bit friendlier at the end. That is just something I never saw before in a game, and super unique, and really tough but fair puzzles.
Love Cocoon, great thing. I demonstrated this idea for somebody recently by going, it's like this, you have a world on your back, you put it in front of you, and then you go, and then now you're in that world, and then you go back, okay, but I have an objection. You have to all be emotionally honest with yourselves right now. WarioWare Move It, okay? Not the game, one specific form, hand model. Where you drop a Joy-Con, use the IR camera, and then use your little fingies to make it whatever shape that the micro game wants you to make. This is my brain cramper or whatever weird thing Tom made up.
Sounds like a hand cramper.
Because I feel like anytime hand model comes up, you have this like jolt that goes through your body where you go, okay, you have to drop a controller, like actually let go of it and use your, like it every time it causes a stutter. That's why I'm giving it this award.
Wow. All right. Do we have any other challengers or? Okay. Nope. All right. So we're voting between these two. WarioWare dropping the controller and the amazing game Tom made it out to sound to be.
Winner of best indie game at the Game Awards, Cocoon.
Oh wow. All right.
Yeah.
So let's vote. We'll go Cocoon first. Raise your hand if you're voting for Cocoon. All right, sorry, Tom. sorry, Jacob.
I like Jake's mode, though. That was a good choice.
No,
like,
Jake almost won me over with the sound effects.
Yeah, Jake,
Wow.
you gave me too good of a case. Thank you.
Okay, all right. Yeah, you're right. I shouldn't have. Why did I do that? God.
All right, moving on to Triss's special award for 2023. What do you have for us, Triss?
All right. Well, I have for us the best DLC or expansion to a game, because a lot of games got updates throughout the year, a ton of them actually. And I want to give this to Xenoblade Chronicle 3's Future Redeemed, because this was the expansion that tied all the games before it together. You had an adventure with Shulk and Rex. You had adventures with the first 2 protagonists of the series, the beloved ones. And you had a story that actually concluded everything, set up what was happening in 3, and just, for fans of that world, gave a satisfying conclusion and understanding of it that also basically lets Monolith Soft say, hey, like our old cult classics like Xenogears and Xenosaga, we can bring those in now too if we want. Ooh. And it just opened up a lot and made it really interesting.
Ooh. Ooh, wait, I didn't know about that. That's cool. Xenosaga, I hear people say that every now and then. I'm like, oh, wait, that's not real. But that's awesome. Does anybody now? I feel like me and Adam might have the same one in mind for this. Adam, are you not objecting?
Okay. I have a very weak objection, like a really weak one.
Never mind.
I probably wasn't going to say.
I didn't mean to bring you into this. So I guess we're just giving it to.
No, go.
Oh, wait,
Am
no,
I
no,
joking, Jake?
no, please,
Conflict.
please. I'm no.
I have to know
We need
what, this,
conflict.
what the
Yeah,
subtle objection is now.
Objection!
Okay.
Okay, listen. We're talking best DLC. I literally turned this on yesterday and had a revelatory video game moment. VR mode in Resident Evil 4. This made me go, oh my god, this is what I've been missing this whole time. I was enjoying this game, playing it normal, playing it flat on the TV, Resident Evil 4 Remake, and then I put the VR headset on and I said, there is no flat version. This is the only version of the game. Just like, the degree to which they let you inhabit that world, like creaking around all the little hallways, aiming your gun, the tension of knowing like your clip is running out and you gotta reload your gun as this dude's coming at you. It is like, my whole body is in that game. And so for that reason, that's got to be it for me. I just think it's like getting a whole nother game for free. It's crazy.
See, Jake, that's why in my head I was going to say the Mercenaries mode from Resident Evil 4.
Oh.
But that's why in my head the VR mode, it was like a whole other game.
whole
to me.
game.
So I didn't even include it in the DLC/expansion category. It's that much of a game changer.
It's a third-person game that they're like, don't worry about it. We got it all figured out, and it works beautifully. Freaking Capcom over here doing what I wish Sony would do. Like, oh, outrageous.
It's so interesting to say it's basically a separate game because that is effectively what it was with the Oculus Quest version of the original Resident Evil 4 in VR, and that was also a fantastic interpretation of the game.
Yeah.
So, wow, all right, we have some hard choices to make. It sounds like.
All right, I'm ready. I'm ready to see these votes. I want to know which way we're going.
Which one should we vote for first?
Xenoblade, probably.
Probably, yeah.
All right. Okay, so if you are voting for Xenoblade, raise your hand.
No, I knew. As soon as
Resident
you
Evil!
find it.
Resident Evil? Yep.
Resident Evil.
Yes,
Yep,
let's
all
go!
right,
Oh my god.
It's Jake, sorry, Tris, but Jake definitely won me over with the just the speech of how it changes the game. So.
No,
It is
absolutely understandable. I've heard so much about it. It makes perfect sense.
Yeah, really, tip of the cap to that game. It has stirred something in me where I'm like, oh my god, this is why I like VR games. Like, it's really awesome.
I was just shocked at Tris's choice because it was not to kind of wrap up the Mario Kart DLC, which I loved and played so much this year. I'm like, well, this is saying something if Xenoblade is taking the cake here.
Oh, Xenoblade was my game of the year last year, so getting even more on that was such a big deal to me. And obviously I love Mario Kart, but I couldn't just go with the obvious pick for that one.
Yeah, no, it's good choice.
All right.
Well, I think we represented some amazing games here today. I think that was a lot of fun with our special award categories for 2023. But stay tuned, everyone, because we're not done yet, because we have our upcoming Game of the Year awards coming up. It's gonna be a little bit different this year for us. Should be, I think, even more fun than usual, so stay tuned for that coming up very soon. Otherwise, thanks for joining us for our special award categories. Let us know what you think. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Were we way off base on this one? Let us know. And is there anything else we should have addressed? I want to hear it in the comments below. With everyone, thanks for watching. Catch you soon for the Game of the Year awards from GameXplain.